Crescendo!
Match number 76, starting with the Sonic Squirrels and a bang here on the driver station wall, here at the top right corner of your field. Notes are making their way into the Blue Alliance speaker. I believe that was from 1540, the Flaming Chickens. Red Alliance doing some impressive scoring in Autonomous as well. 4 notes in the speaker out of Autonomous for them, and that does put them in a slight lead, 28-26 now with 2 minutes left in teleop. That Autonomous scoring very important, as we briefly had 6 notes scored on both sides, but still the Red Alliance held a slight lead due to those additional Autonomous points. Red Alliance solidifying that lead. In fact, now we're back 9 points or 9 notes scored total for each of your alliances, but Red Alliance still holding a slight lead. But Red Alliance does quickly continue to score notes. 44-88, Shockwave getting slowed down by a couple Blue Alliance robots as they make their way back home. Shockwave now lining up the Red Alliance subwoofer. That note, I believe, bounces out into the side, but they can quickly go ahead and grab that and reset. 29-30, I believe, is the Sonic Squirrels underneath the blue stage. They now make their way towards the center, driving a little bit erratically, stopping here, going there. We'll see what their strategy is as they try to add additional points to their tally. Red Alliance still holding the lead at the 1 minute mark, 63-39. Shockwave making their way back to the Red Alliance source for the Red Alliance. That's 44-88. They scoop up a note and make their way back. Quickly followed by 17-78. That's Chill Out from Mount Lake Terrace. Both of them on the Red Alliance half the field. Chill Out lining up with the Red Alliance amp. That note good for 1 point. Red Alliance having now exceeded that 18-point threshold, they will walk away with at least 1 ranking point. Blue Alliance not far behind, 17 out of the 18 notes required. Any one of these robots could score. It looks like here at the amp, that's Code Purple, 58-27, with that note in and good for 1 point and that ranking point. 15 seconds now as we enter endgame. 1 robot already up in the air, so that's 1540 Flaming Chickens, and I believe that's the trap. Can't quite tell from my angle, but I believe that is indeed trapped. 2 robots up in the air. Squirrels on their sides at center stage for blue. Scores now finalized for match 76. Let's go ahead and go to the track and toss up 1 team. Red Alliance does take the win in the end, 108-70. 2 ranking points for the win, 1 ranking point for the melody, and 1 ranking point for the ensemble. Go to each of your Red Alliance teams. Blue Alliance walking away with all extra ranking point bonuses. 1 point for the melody and 1 point for the ensemble as well. Excellent work to all of our teams across that match. They were in match 76. Now, Brett, that was an exciting match. What did you notice?
Austin, this time around, I want to look in our match highlight at awareness of the rules of the game and how you can take advantage of situations if you're careful. We're going to bring up our match highlight here. And what you're going to look at on the red side of the field over here, and I believe we are looking at Team Shockwave 4488 right there at the base of the red speaker. Let's roll this forward and watch what they do. So their shot comes in and out, and right here, that note rolls into the blue source zone. Now that's a protected zone. All of those taped zones on the field are protected zones for the color of the alliance that matches the tape. If there had been a blue robot in that zone and 4488 made contact, that would have been a foul. That would have been penalty points. But Shockwave noticed, that's our note. It's over there. There's nobody around. So 4488 feels clear to go over there, retrieve that rebound, put it back in, put 2 more quick points on the board for the Red Alliance. And the awareness of knowing that's a protected zone, but the area is clear, so I can go pick that up. That saved them a few seconds, possibly a cycle, a few extra points on the board.
Absolutely, yeah. Earlier we talked about sort of that time awareness of knowing how much time is left in the match. But again, another thing that's important here is that spatial awareness, knowing where your robots are, where the opposing alliance's robots are, knowing exactly what's going on in the field. Can be a kind of difficult thing with all these things going on, like collisions and robots moving around everywhere across the field. So knowing what's going on, super valuable to those teams.
Yeah, I want to show one other thing while we've got a couple seconds here. I'm going to bring up our Zebra Tags heat map, and we want to thank our friends at Zebra Technologies for enabling this. What you're looking at here, this is the heat map. This is showing the biggest areas that were tracked by robots, or biggest areas occupied by robots at the competition, or at this particular match. Excuse me, this is match number 76. First thing that I notice, there's 2 big spots for each alliance. That's not super surprising. 1 for each alliance in the vicinity of their amp, 1 for each alliance in the vicinity of their speaker. But Red's speaker spot just a little bit closer. Maybe that contributed to the greater accuracy and eventually the Red Alliance win.
Maybe. Looks like we may be ready to move on towards our next match. Let's head back down to the field.
All right, thanks, Austin. Let's get ready. On the red side of the field, it's 1294.
From Sammamish, Washington, that's Pack of Parts.
Next to them is none other than 24.